Okay, so the first exercise, Barb, as I was saying in my first video, but anyways, we're going to start you off this week with 6 exercises. I want you to do them for 45 seconds each with a 15-second rest, and I want you to run through that 3 times. And after you're done one set, I want you to take a 2-minute rest before you do the next set, all right? Your goal is to do as many as you can in the 45 seconds, but without losing your form, okay? So the first one is the ball squat. I want you to get your stability ball. You're going to rest it just in the arch of your back. I've got some 5-pound weights here. You're going to take a step forward. You're going to have your knees in line with the hips, hip width apart on top of the ankles. You're going to use the back of your heels here. You're going to scoot down so that your knees stay over your heels. Make sure they don't go too far forward, too far back, and then push yourself up. The weights are here just for added resistance, all right? And you're going to do this for 45 seconds. You'll feel that burn coming. Come all the way up and all the way down. Don't let those hips go past the knees, all right? I want you to make sure that they only come as low so that they're in line with the knees, all right? That's exercise 1. Your next one is the mountain climber. So I know you've got some stairs. Use about the 3rd stair, and you're going to come down, put your hands on that 3rd step, take a step back, feet are about hip width apart, drop the hip, but not so much that you're hanging low, and I don't want it way up high. In a nice straight line, ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, in a nice line. And then drive that knee right up to the chest. Nice and stable and strong. This one here, you can add some speed if you want higher intensity. All right, 45 seconds. The next one is your wood chop. Grab one weight. I'll do this in both angles so you can see. Weight is hanging right in front. You're going to take a nice wide stance. Track those knees with the toes. Come down and up. Down. Notice how my arms are not going too far past the shoulders. You don't want to hyperextend through there. Back is nice and straight. You don't want to swing back. You want to stay nice and tall. Just bring those hips forward, all right? Again, I'm using a 5-pound weight. The next one is the forward lunge with a bicep curl, reverse lunge with a bicep curl. This is going to be your starting position right here. So this is your start, and you're going to come up with a little bicep curl. Reverse lunge and up. Reverse lunge and up. Again, have a peek. Make sure you're going back. Make sure your knee's not going behind the ankle. Make sure your knee's not going in front of that toe. So start here, right here. Here we go, 45 seconds. Tap in, tap in. Keep those elbows nicely tucked in, all right? 45 seconds. And then we're gonna go into what we call a single arm dumbbell snatch. Arm is in front, hanging just in between. Come into a squat, press up, down, press up, down, press up, down. As we build some strength and some stability in that shoulder, we could start bringing it up more in the front here, like we almost kind of did in that chop. But here I want you to keep it close to the body, getting that elbow and shoulder coming in, all right? Again, watch those knees. Next one is going to be deadlift to shrug. Deadlift here is a really important exercise, works the glutes and those hamstrings. Hip width apart, belly button tucked in at all times throughout all of these exercises. Little bend in the knees. Come down. Notice how my hips go way back. And then come up and shrug. Down, down. Come up and shrug. You want those toes up in your shoes so you're engaging those hamstrings, calves. And again, this one, lots of ways to make this more difficult, but for your first week, I want you to just do the deadlift and shrug. Deadlift always comes from the hip, not from the spine. So you want to come down from those hips. Once you can't anymore, that means your hamstrings are too tight. If you start rounding out, you don't want to be doing that, all right? Comes from here, up and shrug. Notice that the elbows are not really bending. It's all from the hip and the shoulders. So that was number 6. So again, run through that 3 times. On the lunges, you're going to be off one. So on that last set, just halfway through your 45 seconds, shift it up when you're doing the lunge with the bicep. Shift it up on that 3rd set, and I think also on the snatch, switch that up so you get the other arm on that 3rd set. All right, for your core, I want you to start off with a knee plank. So starting off on the knees, drop those hips so you're nice alignment. Notice how I'm not scrunching in. You have to get those shoulders right on top of the elbows. Prayer position, drop the hips, squeeze the glutes, lift the feet off so that you don't have too much weight on your toes, and then suck in that belly button to spine all times. Time yourself here, see how long you can last without starting to cave in. And then that'll give me a guide as to where we need to go from there. The next one is a bridge. This will help you build some stability in through the knees. I want you to, can you see me, Samantha?
Yeah, I should.
Okay, so bring your feet on the ball. Head, shoulder, hips are on the floor. And I want you to push those calves into the ball. Bring that hip up. This is your bridge position. Hold that there. Again, hold this as long as you can, squeezing those hamstrings, pushing those calves into the ball, and then let me know how many seconds you were able to make it. Try not to hold the tension in your neck on this one. If you start scrunching the neck, that means you're taking too much in the neck and your legs are giving out. So again, squeeze those cheeks and have a nice straight line. Release all the tension in the upper body. It's all lower body here. So hold that one. See how long you hold that for. Next one is a reverse crunch. I want you to do, you just bring your legs up and crunch. You're just doing a little reverse crunch. Just bringing the hips up off the floor. It's not a very large movement, but it'll start activating those lower abdominals. And the last one, for some stability, is the quadruped. So what I want you to do here is I want you to have tabletop position, wrist, elbow, shoulder, knee, and hip, all nice and in alignment. I want you to extend one leg without opening up. I want you to keep the hips square to the floor, nice and long, and then the opposite arm, bring it right up to the ear, nice and long. Keep yourself square to the floor. Try not to cave in, try not to cave out. That's the goal, is to try and build some stability in through the core and the low back. Do that for about 10 seconds, and then switch up and do the other side. And those are your exercises. Okay, shut it off.
Hi.